Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at some of the newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out in Dimension Force. In addition to that, we actually have a picture of what looks like it's to be the new Inzektor card. Keep in mind though, just as this could be fake. It's just not posted on some websites, just as a heads up. But let's go and kick it off with one of the newer cards that we know for sure is going to be real, the Weather Painter Moon Bow. So it's coming out in Dimension Force. It's going to be a Link 3 Dark Fairy Link monster with 2400 attack, and the Link zones being the bottom left, bottom, and bottom right, and it's got 2400 attack, and its materials are 3 weather monsters. And it says if this card is Link summoned, you get to spell summon one of your banished the weather monsters. Second part is the weather effect monsters. This card points to gain the following effect. As a quick effect, you get to banish this card, then target one monster your opponent controls and banish it until the standby phase of the next turn. The third part of the effect is if this Link summon card is destroyed, you get to spell summon one the Weather Painter Rainbow from your extra deck. Okay, that's a pretty interesting effect. I like this effect. Not that they don't have the ability to do that anyways, but you'd have to use 3 monsters to summon it in the first place. But I think it still could be definitely a card that some people may want to utilize. I haven't really seen this archetype see play at all within the past few weeks. In fact, I would almost say within the past year, I've just not really seen any of the weather decks. But next up, we have the Weather Forecast, which is going to be a new field spell card for the archetype called the Weather Forecast. And it says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You can only use this card's name second and third effects once per turn each. The first part of the effect is when this card resolves, you get to place one the Weather spell/trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone face up. The second part is you can also treat face up the weather cards in your spell and trap zones as the weather monsters and use them for the Link summon of the Weather Link monster. Oh, that's really cool. That makes it a lot easier to summon the new monster. And then the third part of the effect is during your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon one the weather monster. Okay, that's really cool. Being able to instantly set it up for the plays of just moving your cards around can be really great for the archetype. This definitely could be maybe better support for it. Does this make them in like an S tier deck? I would say not quite, but it definitely is going to be making them better. All right, next up though, this is another card coming out in Dimension Force. It's called Battle Guard Zero. So it's a new level 1 Earth Warrior effect monster with, very interestingly, a 50 attack with 100 defense points. It says you can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn each. The first part of the effect is if this card is normal or special summon, you get to add one Feast of the Wild level 5 from your deck to your hand. The second part is Battle Guard monsters you control gain 500 attack. The third part of the effect is you can tribute this card to special summon one level 8 warrior monster from your hand. Okay, let's go over the effect of this card because it's actually 2 parts. So I believe that other one is special summoning 2 monsters. Is it Feast of the Wild level 5? Okay, so this is special summon up to 2 level 5 warrior type monsters from your hand, but their effects are negated also for the rest of the turn. They cannot attack. I mean, being able to just get that card out is not too bad, especially since you can just 1-for-1 it, go for it, or however you want to go for it. Maybe even in some rank 5 variants that could be a viable option. As far as Battle Guard monsters, I don't even know what are the. I think there's like Battle Guard of Swamp, but this is like super old in Yu-Gi-Oh. Was it like lava? Okay, so are these cards even that good? Okay, you can tribute any number of warrior type monsters and you can get extra attacks, but with only 500 as a boost, I just don't see it being that insane. And then on top of that, especially one level 8 warrior monster, let's see what other targets. So monster, let's go to obviously effect monsters that are going to be warrior. Actually, you know what, let's do all, because maybe there's some vanilla that works well. I mean, there's going to be a lot. Okay, let's see. So we have Dogma. Keep in mind some of these won't be able to be special, so I'm just trying to think of things. You go for a Tyler, but for the most part, I don't know if that's going to be a more viable way to go for rank 8s. I guess you can go for like the new legendary, or can some of these even? Okay, it must be special summon with whatever. And, you know, for the Ice Barrier variant, I just can't think of off the top of my head. There's 79 cards. I'm not going to search through every single one. Actually, you know, that's going to be it, because the rest are just going to be from the extra deck. Okay, so there's not that many targets for it to kind of check out. There's maybe like 20-ish, but it cannot be normal summon. It must be special summoned from your hand. So there's going to be lots of cards you might not be able to go for. If there's something good, let me know in the comment section below. What would you use the Battle Guard for? And then next up over here, I got this, by the way, shout out to Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! They're the ones that posted it. But again, a lot of other websites are not posting it. Some are saying it's fake. I don't know. I'm just going to give you guys the info. You guys can decide if it's fake or not. Anyways, so it says this card is always treated as an Inzektor card. So this is Zektrike Koyu. Anyways, it says this card is always treated as an Inzektor card. Send one other Inzektor card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. The first part of it says choose one Inzektor monster from your deck and either special summon it or equip to it one Inzektor monster you control. The other part is to equip one Inzektor equip spell from your deck to one Inzektor monster you control. You can only activate one Inzektor Tribe YuGioh per turn. I mean, it looks pretty good as a fake card. I mean, they kind of like crumpled it up a little bit. It got some battle damage. It looks like it's to be an ultra rare. You guys can let me know, do you guys think this is fake? Is it real? And even if it is, do you guys think it's good? I think it's definitely a viable card. I mean, just being able to equip one, you do kind of go -1, but it sets up your graveyard later for future plays. So that can be kind of good. I wish it would just send one other card, because then you can mix it into other archetypes and it'd be a lot better. But that's going to cover it for the news of the newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here and you don't want to miss out on more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards when they get announced, hit subscribe, turn that bell. You'll definitely see more. But take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.